Welcome back to V-Roll. We are doing that giveaway Pokemon 151 poster collection. Going out to one lucky winner. All you got to do is like, comment, and subscribe. Be a part of the channel. We are trying to grow to 4,000 subscribers. So have your chance at that. Also, 2 3-pack blisters from Surging Sparks and 5 mystery Pokemon card lots. Wow. A lot of stuff. 4,000 subscribers and we'll get there. And we just tipped over that 3,100 mark, something like that. So we are on the way, on the road. And today is Tuesday. So that means we are looking at things that are trending up. It's our Trending Tuesday, trending upward in price, typically sealed, but I did pull out a handful of single cards that I want to discuss, just because I think it's a topic that hasn't gotten a lot of attention and only recently has been kind of being a little bit more highlighted across the board in the PokeTuber space. So I would like to join in the conversation here a little bit and just talk about the pricing going up right now. So let's dive in. I think it's worth it. I know it's early. Pre-sale item doesn't come out till Friday. I get that we're a few days away. All right, this is a pre-sale item, so you're gonna be paying those FOMO prices on things like Surging Sparks. However, I want to scroll down to the graph. Let's ignore the price for a moment. Let's go to the graph here. We have this graph where it's kind of flatlined in what we would call the FOMO timeline. All right, first available, and then a couple weeks of time, a month of time has passed, and not a lot of movement. All right, and the price has trended upwards since then. Yes, there's a little blip over here coming up and down in a $2 range spread there, but we do have a little bit more showing that this is trending up rather than trending down, and maybe it's peaked, and that's what we'll see going into the actual release, because these pre-sale items are committing to when it releases. Pokemon Center usually doesn't get it to people until release day or after, depending on the shipping that they end up doing for you. Some recent sales, 160 almost across the board, right on there. Looks like kind of a market manipulation, day after day after day here, a little bit, purchase after purchase rather, a couple days in a row. 144, 150, 158, 59, 159. See another swath of things all in the same range there, like we're manipulating the prices. So I don't know what's going on with Surging Sparks, but I do know that this is pretty accurate of where it's at, and it's trending upward. The booster box, if you've been paying attention, if you've been on this channel for any length of time, you'll know that the booster box has been going up. We're at 160 now. This is pretty wild, and here is an even better graph because the FOMO prices had it at 150. It came swinging down, few sales, you could see, few sales, and oh hey, it's coming down to a more reasonable range. Got down to 115 was the low on TCG Player. We were finding this for 196, 105, 110, pretty regularly for a long time, and now it's just gone insane here. We're back up beyond that FOMO price, and still soaring. I don't think it's slowing down at all. Can we get this a little bit more condensed? Yeah, look at that. Still pretty dramatic increase. Why would 200 of them sell at 150, 153? You know, why would that happen? Is it market manipulation? I don't know. It's really hard to say. You can kind of see some of these things as trends of same days, same purchase price, and it gets a little bit wonky in that way. Maybe they have that many multiples and they were set on that weird price with a penny on the end. I don't know. It just seems a little odd that that's where it goes. This makes sense. 159.98, that's a typical sale price. 97 is a typical one. If you're familiar, 99 obviously would be good. You could do it by quarters, 25, 50, 75. But the 01, those things just kind of red flag for me. See, the 01 here is to add into the shipping. So is that what it was? It was even out the shipping. There they needed the penny just to round things out. I don't know. So it could be that. It's very interesting. Listing prices are going even higher. We have them going up to 160, 165 and beyond. So we're keeping an eye on Surging Sparks. The regular ETB, that previous one was Pokemon Center ETB. This has been in the similar boat. You had your crazy FOMO, obviously your steep decline. We haven't released yet, folks. I'm spending a lot of time on this one because it's that important to understand that this is different. This is different. Usually, you don't see much. You see a few sales this early on, and then as we get closer to release, you see it start coming down a little bit, and then release, it just plummets. But no, we're getting up to near the MSRP for it, which is $49.99. It's $50. We haven't actually seen that very often. I can still find it for $36, $37. So you're paying too much if you're paying $50 right now. Keep an eye on that. Going into the booster bundle, similar story here. We have the FOMO price, then working our way back up. MSRP is $27, $26.99. So we're just tipping over the edge of that on this. So if you're going to split it up between the booster box or booster bundles or ETBs, things like that, just do a pack breakdown. Divide the price by the amount of packs and figure where you're at, okay? I like to take it as far as dividing the price plus shipping plus tax, divide that out into the packs and know what your real pack price is. Twilight Masquerade, this actually looks like it might be ready to level off. Either there's not enough left to be growing on this here, or people are kind of fed up with getting in that MSRP and beyond price, so they're slowing down. Yet you do have the new shiny object, the Surging Sparks, coming, and now the Prismatic Evolution set coming as well. So maybe people have their attention being drawn elsewhere. Greninja, oh man, we're on the super climb still. What, I stretched it out 6 months? Let's see what 3 months is. Oh, it looks like it's a little in the recovery here, just towards the end from that 320. Is that the top? Is that the top we reached here? That is the peak, that 321. And now we're down to a nice solid 300. But overall, I mean, look at this thing just rocketing up, trending up, up, up. So we'll see where that's landing. We'll keep an eye on it. I'm thinking maybe that Pikachu is going to settle things a little bit over in Twilight Masquerade. We'll see. Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box from Pokemon 151. Crazy times. It's finally leveling off in this 225 range. Finally. And it might be Prismatic Evolutions. It might be Surging Sparks being really close to release. That it's people are turning away from the last great sets. You know, Twilight Masquerade, Pokemon 151 for sure. They're turning away from that. Or they're fed up with the scalpers, you know, plowing through Costco and filling carts full of this stuff. I don't know why Costco wouldn't put a limit on it. Just put a limit of 2, you know? Like, 2's enough for most people. And most people would be happy with 1. So put a limit. Put a limit, Costco. Be smart. Don't cause the problem. You're causing the problem. I know you got to make sales. Don't worry. They'll sell. They will sell. People love this stuff. Pokemon Balday Evolved, Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box. That's what I was reading. The Pokemon Center version. So we have some Pokemon Center version ETBs here that I'm highlighting and just showing that the price is still a steady climb. I think we're going to see that coming with Surging Sparks. I think we'll see that with the Prismatic Evolutions. Where are we at here? 127. Surging Sparks, 158. Pokemon 151, 225. I don't think this is going to be hitting the 151 vibes, but it could be going in a pretty solid direction. And then our next one, Prismatic Evolutions, could be surpassing that, maybe get into that 151 price range. But let's dive into why. Why do these boxes do so well? It's going to be the Pokemon Center stamped promo that takes it to another level. And if you look at the different stamped promos, it will correlate with the pricing of the sealed box. So this one, not too bad, but it's been a steady trend upward. I mean, you stretch it out even beyond what would have been the FOMO price for it. It's surpassed it now. And that's what these things do. They end up growing over time. They pretty much are like the modern equivalent of a first edition stamp. All right. No, they're not the first ones you can get a hold of. However, from the Pokemon Center, the Elite Trainer Box exclusive is the first thing they're going to be getting out there along with the other pre-order products, but it is the first one they list, so it kind of has that exclusivity of like a first edition stamp in modern, and I think they're going to be highly sought after. This has been a small side collection that I've really emphasized on my own, that if I'm going to get nothing else, I really would like to get the Pokemon Center stamped version of things. I've been diligent about it, and while I can't master most sets because it just gets too costly, these I've been pretty spot on in making sure I can get a hold of them and working hard to do so. And if I didn't get it through purchasing it on my own, getting it on the secondary market, and being a little bit savvy in how I play that. Going into Screamtail, I think these start growing in price, maybe off the market price they grow. But we have some growth here. Where was this? Back in August there was a little bit of a shoot up. Okay. And really, I think it's just people are starting to see the value of the Pokemon Center stamped promo, so they're going to the lesser popular, the lesser expensive, and scooping them up to make sure they have them available for their collection. And over time, it'll get that much better, because as we go, you can see the prices start climbing here. I felt so dumb. I really did. I bought the Mimikyu at $18. I was so mad at myself because I bought it on the secondary. I didn't want to open up my sealed box, and then I saw it everywhere for a lot less. I bought it for like 18 bucks. Maybe it was the pair. It was probably the Pokemon Center stamped and non-stamped for like $18. And I bought that in early September, so I think I overpaid for the time. But now we've grown, and we're in that range of the $18 range. And you look at the only prices available, we're at $25. Okay, eBay is usually a little bit higher than TCG Player on a lot of these. So I think I'm okay now, but I felt kind of stupid paying what I did. You know, you got to take out the non-stamped version, but those are a dime a dozen, really. So, I mean, take out $1, you know? So I felt like, oh, man, why did I overpay for that? Why did I get crazy and think this is going to be great? I think the artwork had a little bit going on for it, that it's somewhat underappreciated. And the fact that it's Mimikyu is popular, but I think still underappreciated as a Pokemon. So I think I fell into that rather than giving it a chance to show me what it's really worth and going that route. Another thing here, if you don't communicate with people, you don't know if it's going to come sealed in the cellophane or not. You don't know if that's the case. It's unless it's listed that way, or they have a photo, or you communicate with them, you're not certain. And I've gotten things where I thought it was going to come in the cellophane and it did not for certain promos in the past, which is disappointing, because if you like to collect it as sealed, you want every wraparound there. Moving into Iron Bundle, similar story here, just climbing up, and it was that August-September timeline where things just started picking up a little bit here, or yeah, right there in September, and now we're looking at lowest listings at $32. So even though the listed median says 20 or 25 for most recent sales, these are climbing, and I think it's because the awareness is building. Noctowl, you can get this from Pokemon Center and have 11 packs to open. So why would you pay $45 for this one card? That's beyond me. I don't know. I think it was like $9 or something. I think I spent $9 on it. So where the Mimikyu I overpaid in the beginning, I ended up buying this one. I had just packed it away. I don't even have it out here. I paid like $9-10 or something for the sealed pair with the dividers, because that's what they do now and ruin everything. I'm still bitter about that. About those dividers being packed in there. Koraidon, similar story, growing and not stopping. Market price does not reflect what people are willing to sell it for, and recent sales are not reflecting that market price either. It says 33 on a market price, and we're at 36, 34, 33, 35, 30, almost 36 there, 35, 34, 35, 35. So we're getting up there. 33, I don't think so. Lowest listing, 45. People are becoming aware that these are going to have some legs. Here's our first triple digit here, 111 plus shipping, 112.50. Let's do that with the Miraidon there. Pokemon Center exclusive. This is the Scarlet and Violet base set promo, 1 of 2, that you can get from Koraidon and Miraidon. They were separate boxes on the same set, and it's just been a really big growth here. Really big. Same as the rest of them. But that's our lowest listing here. A PSA 10 isn't even that far off price-wise. And then this one probably just seems like they're following that and just losing their minds. So it's obviously way too inflated, but not a lot of listings either. These are becoming fewer and fewer. They're all over eBay. You can still find them, so it's not really hard or anything. But they are becoming fewer and fewer because collectors are grabbing them and holding them and holding them and holding them because the value is growing on them. The exclusivity exists already from the onset. That's why the Pokemon Center exclusive ETBs are popular. That's why Prismatic Evolution sold out in 10 hours here in the States. It was something like 8 hours in the UK. So pretty crazy stuff. $58. Most recent sale is 80. 80. 110, that's PSA, that's PSA. Okay, so $80. The only near mint listing on TCG Player is $80. That's your only option. You get one. Again, check out eBay and others. Maybe shops have them. But you can see $80 here is going to correlate quite well with the fact that this is 123. All right, so take $80 out of it for the promo alone, and now you have 43, 44, 54, 55 bucks, something like that for the ETB. If you start weighing that option, you plan on opening it or keeping it sealed, and you can see that the promo is weighing properly. Maybe these are worth picking up. Maybe 151 is worth picking up based on the promo inside, giving you a lot of power there. Charmander, this one was kind of a who cares for a while. Yeah, I mean, it grew a little bit. Let's see here. Let's take it further back. 20. Can we go further back? 24. Down to 20, 18, something like that. I think I picked it up in the $20 range and felt like, okay, that's fine. It's Charmander. It should do good. Once we got that Squirtle and that Bulbasaur, this thing took off because everybody saw it in the group that it is, the three of them all interacting with these different Pidgeys and these different scenes. It works really well together, and that's what's really driven this price up. And you'll see the ETB has driven its price up, the Pokemon Center version at least. Squirtle here, this was an exclusive that you get for pre-ordering some of the 151 product back when it was available on Pokemon Center. It wasn't all the products, but some of them had this. It might have been just the UPC, I don't recall specifically, but Pokemon Center exclusive. It's a reverse holo. It doesn't show well here, but it is a reverse holo. Same as the one out of the set. It's not a promo, it's not anything like that. It's just the stamp. And this thing was all over the place. It was in the 80s, coming down. Now it's trending back up again. Let's try to bring this out here. Yeah, I am one of the lucky few. One of the lucky few, I guess. I bought it secondary market because I didn't get it in any pre-order on my own. I missed the boat on it, didn't even know it was happening. And then I found out soon after, and it was in the crazy, hype prices, $80, $90, and then it just started tumbling as I was watching it, and I got lucky to pick it up for 50 bucks on. So it was 50 bucks, free shipping, all of that. It was fantastic. And now it's kind of all over the place. Recent trend shows it's trending upwards, but it's really got some time to recover from the high points of the 91, whatever it might have been. And even still, just in the last 3 months, it was only coming down under 90. But we're getting back up over here, $80 there. Let's see what some recent sales are showing. 90, almost 90, 80, that's a decent grab there. 80, 85, 90, 85, 85. So kind of all over the place between this 80 and 90 range. Lowest available listing for the near mint is 91.56, shipping included, and you don't know if it's going to be coming in the wrapper or not. You'd have to go to a listing like this where you could see the photos and verify this one's not coming in the wrapper, and they still want $95. So you got to be careful, because I would want that in the wrapper, to be honest, if you're going to be spending that kind of money. Snorlax, $109, $110 here. About right at 100 there. Let's see what our lowest listing is. 110. There we go. 110 with shipping. 110, 11-ish. 112. Okay, those are at least getting tighter. There's definitely more available on these in that price range. And what are recent sales showing for this one here? Just shy of 100, kind of across the board. Nobody's really tipped the scale yet on that. Over here, ooh, we had some pop off there. 109, 125, 101. All over the place here, but not really getting into that $100 range, although that's the only next option. So recent sales coming up should show that. They should show that $100 range. And you can see, take $100 off of here. Take 110 off. That leaves you with 120. Okay, it's 151. We got that tax on there, I guess you got to figure out. But $60 out of it at minimum for the MSRP of it. So are you paying a high premium? You got to think about the value inside and the premium you got to be paying for it. 60 bucks for the ETB that you get from Pokemon Center. Okay, take the promo out of it, because that's a whole different ball of wax at $110. All right, so 170 now, and there you go. We got like 50 bucks on top, so 53, something like that. You got to figure there's going to be tax. You have to understand that, yeah, sure, the MSRP should include the promo because it would have come in there if you had that opportunity, but the opportunity doesn't exist anymore. So this is how you want to view the numbers for justification of your decision making. Is there value in this crazy price tag? Somebody could look at this and go, why would I pay $223 for this box? Where someone else might go, well, with this box, you're guaranteed a $110 promo at a minimum. It could be more, and it's probably going to grow to be more. So play the game of math and start working through it. We all do this, where we find justification in our purchases, and it's difficult sometimes because we justify to the negative. We justify to being lucky in the positive. Some of us spend time justifying, and then we miss our opportunity, So I'm in that camp a lot. So can you justify this? A like, a comment, a subscribe for the possibility of a free Scarlet and Violet Pokemon 151 poster collection going out to one lucky winner, 2 3-pack blisters of Surging Sparks, and 5 Pokemon card mystery lots going out to 8 winners overall. All we got to do is get to 4,000 subscribers. So make sure you're part of the channel, justify hitting a few buttons, typing a few words, like, comment, and subscribe. And be sure for your official entry to look in the description down below. That's where you need to go. It's going to direct you over to this video here. You need to leave an additional comment there and make sure that you are entered, because that's where I'm pulling the winners from. So take a look, be a part of the channel, and don't forget, I post 7 days a week. So I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.